The steering column, that unyielding steel shaft forging a direct mechanical bond between driver and road wheels since the automobile's inception over 130 years ago, is poised for extinction. From Carl Benz's 1886 patent motor wagon to the muscle cars of the 20th century, this component has defined vehicular control, simple, tactile, reliable. Yet it harbors a lethal flaw. In high-energy frontal crashes, the collapsing firewall and engine block can ram the column rearward like, well, a medieval lance, endangering the driver's thorax despite decades of mitigations. Energy-absorbing collapsible sections, universal joints, shear capsules, and supplemental restraint systems. The intrusion risk persists because the shaft occupies critical frontal real estate that could otherwise optimize crumple zones for superior energy management. In 2026, electrification, software-defined architectures, and Level 3+ autonomy imperatives have converged to make steer-by-wire not just viable but, honestly, inevitable. Sensors embedded in the steering wheel or column stub capture precise inputs: angle, rate, torque, even driver grip force. Redundant ECUs, often triple or more, process data with sub-millisecond latency. High-torque electric actuators, typically dual for failover, at the rack or wheels deliver directional response. The physical linkage vanishes. Safety leaps forward. No spear-like intrusion, vastly improved frontal deformation paths, enhanced crash energy absorption, and lighter curb weight. Cabins gain space for larger batteries in EVs, expanded frunks, or reconfigurable interiors suited to semi-autonomous lounging. Early adoption faced skepticism rooted in Infiniti's pioneering direct adaptive steering on the 2013 Q50. It offered variable ratios, quick low speed, stable high speed, and rapid 1000 Hz processing, yet retained a mechanical backup rod and clutch, which kinda undermined weight benefits and introduced complexity. Feedback felt artificial, over-filtered vibrations, muted road texture, simulator detachment, and occasional latency. Enthusiasts rejected the numb sensation. Infiniti scaled back and discontinued DAS by the Q60's 2022 end. The lesson was clear. Steer-by-wire required mature haptics, faster electronics, higher voltage power, and obsessive calibration, elements unavailable a decade ago. Advancements have erased those barriers. Modern haptic motors generate rich, programmable sensations, authentic pothole thumps, progressive understeer warnings, or amplified cornering cues. The 12-volt era's power bottleneck, where actuator torque demanded excessive amperage, thick cables, and thermal issues, succumbed to 48-volt systems. Current requirements plummet about 75%, since power equals voltage times current, enabling compact, lightweight actuators and confident removal of mechanical redundancies. Tesla's Cybertruck, North America's first mass-produced no-column vehicle, harnesses this for its yoke sub-180-degree lock-to-lock, variable ratios for agile parking and composed highway, and rear-wheel steering synergy that shrinks turning radius dramatically. Motor Trend's Best Tech 2025 award lauded its chassis revolution. Owners praise effortless control and over-the-air tuned refinements addressing early quirks like low-grip transitions or urban feel, with 2026 models benefiting from ongoing software polish for even smoother integration. So, Lexus really takes the premium experience up a notch on the RZ450e and in some select BZ4X markets too. With the 2026 updates, they've made dynamic ratio variation even better. Basically, you get rapid low-speed response for those tight maneuvers, and then more controlled, steady inputs at higher speeds to totally get rid of that twitchy feeling. Drivers are saying there's a huge reduction in fatigue, no more endless hand-over-hand steering in traffic, and everything just blends really smoothly with those EV features, like torque vectoring. After a decade of careful calibration, Lexus has managed to keep that natural, confidence-inspiring feel, making the RZ a real benchmark for balanced steer-by-wire systems. Mercedes-Benz, after years of, rigorous conservatism, finally becomes the first German OEM to productionize steer-by-wire in 2026, most likely debuting on the facelifted EQS sedan with rollout potential to the EQE, EQS SUV, and S-Class variants. Over 2 million test kilometers, bench, proving ground, and real world have validated the ZF-supplied system. When paired with rear axle steering, it delivers exceptional stability, makes parking a breeze, and really helps with road noise isolation. A compact yoke design frees up legroom, makes it easier to get in and out, and actually enhances visibility. That's especially ideal for Level 3 autonomy, where the wheel might retract or allow for more relaxed postures during hands-free operation. CTO Markus Schäfer even calls it an absolute game-changer for usability and safety. The system runs on a fail-operational architecture. We're talking triple sensors, dual processors, actuators, and power paths, plus cross-verified logic. The probability of failure is engineered to be even lower than traditional mechanical risks like fatigue or seizure. China, meanwhile, surges ahead, really propelled by regulatory clarity. The GB 17675-2025 standard, released in December 2025 and effective July 1, 2026, removes the mandatory mechanical linkage and establishes safety benchmarks for full steer-by-wire. NIO with the ET9, IM Motors, BYD with the Yangwang U8 doing tank turns and crab walking, Xiaomi with the SU7, Xpeng, and Li Auto are all deploying advanced implementations. Electronic control makes extreme maneuvers possible, opposite wheel pivots, diagonal slides, while filtering out violent forces from the cabin. Suppliers like ZF Nexteer and Bosch Huaya are scaling rapidly, and China is really poised to lead global volume adoption as software-defined EVs gain momentum. Economics honestly seal the shift. Legacy steering systems require market-specific mirroring, left or right-hand drive columns, pedals, HVAC, which basically doubles tooling. Steer-by-wire configures everything via software on universal platforms, slashing costs and streamlining global production. Electric vehicles, in particular, reap packaging gains. No column intrusion means more battery volume, extra frunk space, or even a total cabin redesign. Plus, the weight savings help extend range. Of course, concerns linger, but they're being addressed. Total failure? Well, aerospace-grade redundancy, just like Airbus fly-by-wire or F-35 systems, ensures reliability. What about feedback erosion? Active haptics now delivers superior, over-the-air updatable sensations. Custom modes like Sport for sharper response or Comfort for softer feel, enhanced warnings, and filtered isolation. It's really augmentation, not loss. Regulations are adapting too. ECER 79 permits no backup designs, and China's 2026 rules provide real confidence. As of February 2026, steer-by-wire remains selective, but it's accelerating. Cybertruck leads US volume with refined execution. Lexus matures globally. Mercedes pioneers European premium. And Chinese innovators keep pushing boundaries. The end of the steering column means safer collisions, lighter builds, more intuitive handling, optimized architecture, and true harmony with autonomy. Mechanical purity is giving way to digital precision. The spear of history surrenders to the electronic signal. Tomorrow's road is wire-guided, disconnected mechanically, yet, somehow, more responsive, secure, and intimately linked than ever before. Mercedes CTO Markus Schäfer described it as an absolute game-changer, really emphasizing, unparalleled everyday usability and safety. The design adheres to fail operational principles. Triple redundant sensors, dual independent processors, dual wound actuators, dual power supplies, including backup batteries and cross-checking logic, all working together to ensure seamless failover. The probability of complete system loss is actually engineered to be lower than mechanical failures like shaft fatigue, corrosion, or seizure. Chinese manufacturers lead in aggressive innovation and regulatory progress. China's GB 17675-2025 standard, effective July 1, 2026, removes the mandatory mechanical linkage requirement, clearing the path for full steer-by-wire (NIO) with the ET9, IM motors with the LS9 Hyper as the first mass-produced four-wheel steer-by-wire SUV, BYD's Yangwang U8 with tank turns and crab walking, Xiaomi's SU7, XPeng, Li Auto, and others are already deploying advanced systems. These enable maneuvers impossible with mechanical links, like counter-rotating wheels for pivots and diagonal crab motion, while electronic filtering prevents violent wheel kickback into the driver's hands. Suppliers like ZF collaborate closely, providing scalable, redundant platforms. Traditional steering demands market-specific hardware mirroring for left and right-hand drive, separate columns, pedal boxes, HVAC routings, basically doubling tooling and production costs. Steer-by-wire configures drive side via software on universal chassis platforms, slashing expenses and accelerating global manufacturing. For EVs with flat skateboard architectures, deleting the column unlocks frontal space for larger batteries, expanded frunks, or redesigned cabins, while weight reduction improves range and efficiency. Skeptics raise legitimate concerns. Catastrophic failure? Aerospace-proven redundancy, mirroring fly-by-wire in Airbus jets and F-35 fighters, ensures reliability. Feedback loss? Active haptic motors generate superior, customizable sensations. Programmable resistance modes, where sport sharpens and comfort softens. Enhanced skid warnings and filtered rough road isolation. It's evolution, not elimination. OTA updates continually refine calibration. Regulatory acceptance grows. Updated ECE R79 standards permit no mechanical backup designs, and China's 2026 rules formalize safety requirements. As of early 2026, steer-by-wire adoption accelerates but remains selective. Cybertruck dominates US volume. Lexus refines globally. Mercedes pioneers premium Europe, and Chinese brands innovate at the extremes. Suppliers like ZF, Nexteer, and JTECT scale production. The steering column's demise heralds safer crashes, lighter vehicles, effortless handling, optimized packaging, and seamless autonomy integration. From mechanical purity to digital precision, the automobile evolves into a smarter, more efficient machine. The old spear surrenders to the electronic signal. The future road is wire-guided, disconnected yet more responsive, safer, and profoundly connected than ever before.